Hey, beloveds. Yay. Heather Ash here. It's Saturday, January 15th. It is day 4 of the Warrior Goddess Anti-Resolution Challenge. And I'm doing live broadcasts every day just to check in, answer any questions, say hey. And we're broadcasting live on multiple channels, including Instagram. Oh, no, I haven't pressed play yet. Okay, now Instagram as well. YouTube. Hey, Instagram people. Hey, Michelle. Warrior Goddess Women Group, Warrior Goddess Training Circle, I think we're broadcasting to as well. Hey, Warrior Goddess Inspiration page. Nope to deleting and blocking. Hey, everyone. Good. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. So again, we're broadcasting on multiple channels. So my author page, my personal Facebook page, YouTube, the Warrior Goddess Women Group. Good morning, everyone. So as you tune in, or good day, everyone, I should say, go ahead and share where you're tuning in from. Good morning. Hey. Doing the double Instagram, and this is my Instagram feed, and Facebook and YouTube. So it's a fun, don't fall. Awesome. So good to have everyone here. I'm tuning in from upstate New York, and I have great news in my world, which is so exciting. Solomon, no. That does not work. Blocking you, goodbye. Delete comment. So, yay! Yesterday I shared how I was feeling a little vulnerable, and because I was just starting to write, and today the writing's going so good. I'm so excited about the book. I'm so excited to share it with all of you because it's so fun. And I don't tend to write fun books. I tend to write a little bit more serious books. So I feel like this one's a lot more playful. And I just finished the warning page, and I'm about to write the page of why you don't want to read this book. So it's been fun, and I'll share more. I have a big meeting with my publisher on Tuesday and my agent. So we'll be exploring next steps for that. All right, so that's what's going on in my world. How are all of you? How are you? Happy Saturday, happy weekend, whether you're watching this broadcast live or you're tuning in later. So glad to have you here. I'm doing these lives as part of our anti-resolution challenge, which is at www.antiresolutionchallenge.com. It's a 7-day challenge. We're in day 4 today. And we are exploring, we're going a little bit deeper today. So we're talking about the shadow, the costs of the strategies that we use. So for those of you that are new, if you're just tuning in and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're so welcome to be here because we're just hanging out. And the part of the anti-resolution challenge is exploring how have we navigated through the pandemic, where are we now, and really looking at the strategies that we use to keep ourselves safe, but also keep ourselves stuck often. So yesterday, we explored the benefits, the gifts of each of the strategies, and those 4 strategies are controller, pleaser, isolator, and distractor in no particular order. And yes, you can be more than one. And today, our day 4 lesson, the video and the worksheet are about what we're calling the darker-ish side. Like, what are the struggles, what are the costs of using our strategies? So I found that it's helpful when we're creating transformation in our life to do 2 things, to do many things, but to do 2 things. One is look at, what am I getting from this? Like, whatever the pattern is, so whether that pattern is pleasing everybody or trying to control your own emotional body or everyone else in your world, or isolating and retreating, or distracting constantly and jumping around, that there's a benefit that you're getting from it. There's something that you're getting. And there's a cost. There's something that's hurting you. So yeah, I like that. What's the payoff? Yeah, thanks. So welcome to everyone who's just tuning in, and I'm just going to scroll through. Rachel, Anna, Laura, Bonnie, Doreen, Patty, hello, Rayana, Julie, Tyne, Kelly. Yeah, exactly. There's always a benefit or I wouldn't do it. Hey, Instagram peeps. So again, because I'm broadcasting on multiple channels right now, if I don't say your name, it's because either I don't see it or I don't see it. Hi, Ivan. Hey, Mo. Yeah, hey, Linda. Glad you're here. So sometimes people show up just as Facebook users. Sometimes for whatever reason, you don't show up at all. So sorry about that. If you have any questions that I don't answer here, you can always reach out to the team who will forward stuff to me at hello@warriorgoddess.com. Or if you're part of the challenge and you didn't get an email, there's a workaround. So for those of you that joined the challenge and aren't getting emails, one of the things that we're inviting people to do is do a search in your inbox for just the word challenge and see if it pulls up, or rejoin the challenge. Sometimes we're finding that the servers are blocking emails with certain email programs. Hey, Clyde. So people are doing a workaround by joining more than once and basically saying, yes, I want this, to their server. So, all right, good. I love that. Yeah, Mo, so true. Hey, Phoenix Rising. We are all in the vessel together. We will support and care for each other. Yeah, it's true. We're all in this together. We all get to support each other. All right. So let's talk about the cost. What's the cost? And again, if you're just joining now, you are so welcome to be part of this journey of our anti-resolution challenge. We're in day 4. It's a 7-day challenge, but you can join anytime. And when you join, even if you join now, it is you'll get all the previous videos as well. So antiresolutionchallenge.com. We're exploring 4 strategies: pleaser, isolator, controller, and distractor. And there's a cost to each of these. And when we start to be really name and be honest about what the cost is, it makes it easier to create change. And it's really important that we do this with compassion, that we don't go punish ourselves or beat ourselves up, but that we're able to witness and to name truth. So that's what I'm advocating. Name truth without punishment. Take responsibility without needing to beat yourself up. Look at what's actually happening from your actions and your thoughts rather than feeling victimized by them. Okay, it takes practice to do this. So let's go through each of the strategies a little bit and just look at some of the costs. And if anybody who's doing the challenge, who's watched the video or who has done this work with me before, wants to share what you notice the costs are from using one of those strategies: controller, pleaser, isolator, or distractor, feel free to share in the chat. Okay. So for pleaser, often the cost is not knowing who you are and always putting your energy outside of yourself. So there's often pleasers are incredibly resentful and don't feel deserving and want to be held and supported, but also push it away often because they're so busy helping everyone else. Controllers, the cost is often feeling really frustrated, feeling like if people just did it right, everything would be okay. A lot of blame, a lot of trying to push against life. So there's often a great exhaustion that controllers have. Pleasers, again, these are the different strategies. Sorry, isolators. Hey, Ro. Isolators often feel disconnected and have a deep yearning to connect and feel not seen. and not engaged. And distractors, often there is a feeling sense of exhaustion because of the bouncing, and also like not feeling fulfilled because they don't get things done, because they start a lot of things and then don't complete. So as we shared yesterday, there's a benefit to each of theirs, and there's beauty to each of these strategies beneath the strategy part of it when you take the strategy part away. And the strategy part is keeping ourselves safe, trying to manage life, knowing what to do in unfamiliar or confusing times. And there's a cost for each of them. So to name what that cost is. So Tyne writes, my cost is literally blocking what I don't like or agree with in people and actions. It has cost a lot of connection in people. Yeah, exactly. What are some other costs that you have noticed? Mo, never understanding who we really are and what our destiny is. Yeah, exactly. Another huge cost. So what are costs when we go into strategy? And really it's reaction. Hey, Holly. Hey, Atenea. Rather than responding from grounding. Phoenix Rising, I ran into a huge negative force at Costco the other day, and I had a hard time dealing with her. She was fat shaming was and her pre-ton son in the snack aisle. So fat people are disgusting, and so got cut off. So how do we navigate when other people are acting out, fat shaming? Yeah. Aw. Yeah. So in that place of relating to others, understanding, yeah, I'm sure other people have all sorts of opinions and pain and acting out. And how do we not take it on? So whether someone is fat shaming or punishing or projecting, it's hard. So not to negate. And thanks, Phoenix Rising, for sharing. And I always get curious when I get triggered by somebody, even if they're like horribly acting out, and I know that it's their projection and their world. If I'm triggered by it, I then get curious about what is in me that's holding that. And can I bring compassion to myself? Yeah. I had to walk away. So Phoenix writes, I had to walk away, but I did confront her, but I'm having a hard time shaking her negative energy. All right. Yes. So how do we shake out other people's negative energy and our own? So that's a great question. And I'm going to share the answer to that in a second, because that's why we're here. Is I am open to any questions you have as we navigate this anti-resolution challenge. And Phoenix, I'm going to come back to the question because it's a really great one. So again, the question is, how do I shake off other people's negative energy? Love it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the strategies and the places where the strategies have a cost. Hey, Elizabeth, isolator here, and yes, the dark side is yucky. Also, distractor runs a close second to isolator. I'm very challenged to finish things. Yeah, Michelle, cost of my pleaser is being able to say, see, you don't care when I push away. Yeah. Sonia, distractor, anxiety from running around and avoidance of what's really going on, and loves all of these strategies. Part of the cost is avoidance, is avoiding conflict, is avoiding our own inner pain, is avoiding, and there's benefit to that. And there's also a cost to avoiding. Doreen, I tend to identify and relate to the people pleaser, and the downside of that is it costs me a lot of my own personal energy. Exactly. It takes tremendous amount of energy to try and please everybody else. Yeah. And also that sense of not knowing who I am or what my purpose is, says Doreen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And not taking care of yourself. And that's another thing. Of all the strategies, there is a huge cost of places where we aren't taking care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Elizabeth writes, the loneliness is painful and the unfinishing things is distressing. I just want to pause and say I really love all of your shares and your vulnerability and your questions. And We're just going to go through them today, and we continue this conversation on the Warrior Goddess Women Facebook group. So I've been going in there every evening and answering questions and just cheerleading everyone. So if you want to continue the conversation, there's so many touching conversations happening of people feeling seen in a way that they've never felt seen, or people sharing vulnerabilities in a place that they've never, or in a way that they've never shared. And this is why I love doing these challenges publicly, because so often we think this is just me, and we aren't able to name the cost because we're so busy blaming ourselves for them or punishing ourselves for them. And there's something that's so freeing when we're honest and vulnerable and seeing other people be vulnerable and honest as well, so that we can recognize we're not broken. It's not just us, that the strategies have costs, and that anyone who's doing these particular strategies are going to have similar costs and similar experiences. And that's really why I'm so excited also to share an upcoming workshop, Reclaim and Restore, because we'll do an exercise together that will go deeper into both the benefit and the cost of the strategies, and do that in community. So I'll share more about Reclaim and Restore towards the end. So some more costs. Yeah, Elizabeth, the loneliness is painful and the unfinishing things is distressing. Yeah, distractors often feel a great deal of distress and sadness and emptiness, maybe frustration at all the things that aren't finished. Yeah, isolators often feel a sense of loneliness. Yeah, and disconnection, exactly. Yeah, cost of an introvert is losing the sisterhood and their strength. Yeah, when we disconnect, we don't have that sense of community. We're just trying to do everything on our own. Yeah, Michelle, distractor here with isolator, running around alone, exhausting. Super exhausting. Aw, thanks, Mo. Doreen, when I get triggered by something or someone, I look at it as a learning experience for me, and they're my greatest teachers. So often true. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mo, right? It's like taking poison and expecting somebody else to die. Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm glad. It's really helpful to join others in a challenge like this. This is why we do it publicly, why you can continue to go deeper in the Warrior Goddess Women Facebook group. Join there and we'll connect you in. All right, so let's answer Phoenix's question. Phoenix asked a great question around how do you shake off somebody else's negative energy? So she had a run-in yesterday with somebody, and the person had a lot of negativity, and that then, even though Phoenix confronted the person and stayed steady at the time, it sounds like you did beautifully in your relationship there. There's also the poison of somebody else's negativity, or the heaviness. Let's say the heaviness is somebody else's negativity that then gets lodged in the body, that gets lodged in our nervous system. So how do you shake that out? So here's my method. Okay, and this is why I love teaching about the strategies and helping us to look at the cost and to actually feel what the weight is of the strategy, and that this teaches us how to get more steady in relationship with our emotional body, and how to face conflict, and how to get more resilient. So whatever the heaviness, the weight, the shadow of your strategy, or of somebody else's strategy, okay, or negativity, a way through is actually to go towards. And this is not a really popular way, but I found it's actually the most effective, or one of the most effective ways, is to go through rather than avoid. Okay, so when you are looking at what's the weight that I'm carrying, whether that weight is the heaviness of feeling disconnected from being an isolator, or the heaviness of always trying to please everyone and the exhaustion from being a pleaser, for example, or the heaviness of taking on somebody else's negative energy or emotions, turn towards it and give yourself permission to just feel. Where are you holding it in your body? Where is it in your body? Okay, so if you're feeling a sense of the weight, the heaviness of the cost of your strategy or someone else's negativity, can you just be with it? So let's just do that together right now. Okay, so Phoenix, the invitation is, where are you feeling that negativity in your body from the encounter yesterday? Just feel it, just breathe for a minute without the story, without going into, they did this, it's their fault, they shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have taken it, whatever it is. Just, where do I feel it? And the same thing for those of you that are working with day 4 around what's the cost of your strategy. What's the heaviness and the weight, the bitterness? So just feel, where's the bitterness? Yeah, in my heart, okay? So Catherine asked, the bitterness, be with it? Yeah, be with it for a second. Where's the bitterness? Where's the heaviness? So Phoenix just wrote, it's in my heart. So can you put your hand on your heart and just breathe into where you're holding or feeling somebody else's negativity, and just be with it for a moment. Yeah, Michelle just writes, like a gut punch. Put your hands on your gut then and just breathe with it. And notice, where did you take it on? Where are you feeling it in your body? And instead of running away, making a story about it, intellectualizing it, just be with it for a moment. Shoulders, Holly writes. Yeah, so we're just going to take a moment and just breathe into whatever the heaviness is. And just get really curious about that. Yeah, it makes me want to cry, someone writes. Then let yourself cry. It's okay. It's okay. Just breathe into it. And I love the feeling sense of just bring your compassion and your presence to wherever you're feeling it in your body. Just breathe. Okay. Welcome to those of you that are just joining. We're just doing a little exercise to be with feeling sense, to be with the cost of the strategy, or to be with something that we've picked up that's heavy. Just breathing into the heaviness. Yeah. And you don't have to fix it, change it, figure out. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to feeling your feelings. Yeah, just be here. Yeah, and then once you are with the feeling and just let yourself feel the feeling without the story, without trying to push it away, just breathing with it, then you can, again, bring the curiosity to, what am I telling myself about this? What's the story? What are you telling yourself? So that's the next step, to just get, again, continue with that curiosity. And Phoenix wrote, I feel frustrated that she made me angry. Can you just then be with the frustration? Because probably there's a story, I shouldn't have taken it on, I shouldn't have gotten angry, she shouldn't have had that much power over me, whatever it is. Can you gently just be with that and let the story go? Yeah. And for those of, somebody mentioned a feeling sense of numbness. Sometimes in our relationship with our emotions, we have used our strategies to avoid our emotional body. And a lot of time what the strategy does is it's helping us to navigate and avoid the emotion or push the emotion down. So if you notice that you're not feeling, or that there's a numbness, know that it's going to take some time to reconnect with the body. And so it takes time. I was an expert at pushing emotions down for many, many, many years. And there was good reason for that. I didn't know how to be in a relationship to my emotions. And it took me years to befriend my emotional body again. So gentle, compassion for yourself, slow. This isn't about, I need to feel all my feelings and understand. This is about, hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. What are you feeling? What's going on? Where is it in your body? Just be with yourself as you would be with a best friend, as you would be with a beloved, as you would be with someone really important to you. Okay, yeah, good. Phoenix, beautiful. Yay. Yeah, all right. So checking in, how do you feel now? Yeah, story, I'm afraid to face the person or the feelings. And you don't have to face them all at once. Little baby steps. Sometimes the best thing to do is to dip your toe into the waters of your emotion and then dip back out again. Slow, gentle. Okay. You don't have to fix all of it at once, sweetheart. Yeah, you're welcome, love. I'm so glad that you were here and that it helped. Okay. Yeah. I love you, Phoenix, and love to all of you that are out there. You don't have to fix it all at once. Okay. The 7-day challenge isn't that at 7 days you'll be done. It's that here's some tools to start to deconstruct the way the strategy holds us back in an honoring for how the strategies helped and supported us, and then to start to make some space. Okay, so gentle. Yeah, I love that, Rihanna. Our innocent bodies deserve such tenderness and love. Yeah. Yeah, Catherine, wanting, needing help, not sure what to do about it, get the help is equal to bitterness. Yeah, so be with the bitterness and then listen and ask. Sometimes it's about learning how to ask questions about what do I need? So an invitation for those of you that aren't sure of your next step. Hi, come to yourself. Hi, I feel bitterness, pain, fear, whatever it is, be with the emotion and get curious about what's the story. What's the story that you're telling yourself? And then what's a question? And here's a way to go in, like, how can I bring more tenderness to myself? How can I bring more compassion? What does this bitterness need? Yeah. Okay. So Catherine wrote, wanting, needing help. How can you help yourself in this moment? Sometimes a story is, I need the help out there, which you probably do, no doubt. And where's a place that you've been abandoning yourself? Where's a place that you haven't been supporting yourself? Can you bring a question in to look at what's a way to bring a little bitty more support or breath or compassion or grace to yourself right now? Okay. I see you. I know this is hard, sweethearts. This isn't easy, what we're asking of ourselves. To not avoid, to not run away, to not distract, to turn and face with love how we're hurting ourselves, how we're hurting others, how we've abandoned ourselves, places where we're guilting and shaming. And it takes the willingness to turn towards and to ask. So Catherine, the story, I've helped so many, why can I not get help? Yeah, it's a story. So an invitation. What's the next step in helping yourself right here, right now? Not in the future. Little baby, what's the next little baby step to helping you? Yeah. I know when I asked myself this question, I had a time when I felt really similar. And what I did at the time, like when I really went in and realized, oh, I'm abandoning myself and I want other people to, like, I want it to be different. And I came back, I was like, oh, I need more stillness to create more of a sense of stillness in my life. And I just started looking at what can I give myself? And that then helped me look at how to ask outside. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful, Bonnie. God, that's a big insight. In my world, lots of exercises help to avoid emotion. Identifying that is freeing. Yeah, that's the pathway to then shifting it. Doesn't mean you never exercise again, right? The truth is you can use anything against yourself to avoid, and you can use everything to go towards. So, I know plenty of people who use meditation as a way to avoid, exercise as a way to avoid, even spiritual teachings as a way to avoid. And how do we forgive ourselves and know that we're learning, that we're trying, and then turn towards next little baby step. Yeah, and there's a question on Instagram. What if pride is keeping you from reaching out, or false pride ego? Yeah. So to name that, to be like, my pride is not allowing me. And then what's the story? Why do you feel like you don't deserve to reach out? What is the ego saying? And the thing I always remind us about the places where we are holding, I can't ask for help, I don't deserve support, I have to do this by myself, all of that, is that there's nothing that we do on our own, truthfully. I mean, if you think about it, the clothing that we're wearing, the food that we're eating, the air that we're breathing, like everything is connected to other people, to other life forms, not just people, to animals, to trees, to nature. Like, we're part of this huge web that supports us. And it's a complete illusion that we can do anything on our own, really. It helps to bring perspective. Yeah. And so often that we tend to overcomplicate. It's true. Almost all of us tend to overcomplicate and intellectualize. And that's why the power of, what am I feeling? Simple. What am I feeling? What's going on? And what's the story that I'm telling myself? And untangling those can help us to then open up to little baby next step, and with a better question to ask ourselves. Because so often the question we're asking ourselves is, what's wrong with me? Why aren't they doing it the way I want them to? Why isn't it working? And instead, how do I support this being, this human, this incarnation at this time? What's my next little baby step? Yeah. Okay, and another question, would you say shadow work is helpful in that aspect? Absolutely. Shadow work is so important. And when we're talking about shadow work, for me, that's looking at what's the cost of my actions? What's the what's the hurt that I'm causing myself or others with my thinking, with my actions, with the strategies that I'm using? So in this Warrior Goddess Anti-Resolution Challenge, we're exploring both the gifts of the strategies, and those 4 strategies, for those of you that are just joining: isolator, distractor, pleaser, controller. And what's the benefit? Like, what's the benefit of the strategy? And what's the cost? And that's the willingness to look deeper. Yeah. Yeah, Rihanna beautifully said, asking for help is acknowledging our vulnerability, and the story may be saying it's not safe to feel vulnerable. Exactly. All right, loves. So a couple things as we close today. We'll be back tomorrow. So I'll be back. I'm doing these live broadcasts, 9 a.m. Los Angeles, noon New York, 5 p.m. London. Hey, if you're watching live or watching later, I'm doing them on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, all over the place. So a couple things. One, if you haven't joined the challenge, you're still welcome to join us anytime. When you sign up, super easy, www.antiresolutionchallenge.com. You just have to type your email in and hit yes, and boom, you're in, and you'll get the previous ones. For those of you that are signed up for the challenge that aren't getting the emails, you should be getting an email every day, and says day, whatever it is, today's day 4. Do a search in your inbox for challenge and check your spam. And what we're finding is sometimes people have to join a couple times. What's happening is, because it's an ongoing email, sometimes your email server actually blocks it. So search for challenge, join again, email us, hello@Warrior Goddess. If you have any questions that I have any answer today, if you're not getting the emails and you've tried all those other things, hello@warriorgoddess.com, and we'll do our best to figure out what's going on. Yeah, good. I'm so glad that it's helping. And join the challenge. Stick up. We're going to be, and if you join the challenge now, you get all the previous lessons as well. And we're going to keep it live through January 31st. So we will pull it off the website in the next couple weeks, but you have access to it through January 31st, at least. And I finally get to announce it. So my team asked me not to announce the workshop that's coming up, but I get to announce it now. So coming up next weekend, so next Saturday and Sunday, January 22nd and 23rd, is one of my favoriteest workshops, which is called Reclaim and Restore. So it's an updated version for 2022, 2-day workshop, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday, live. And of course, you can always watch the recordings as well. And it is a deeper exploration into a map, a big picture view. I think about it as the eagle view of how did we get here, where the brilliance and the challenges of being human in a human body. It's so good. I'm so just sign up. Come. Okay, if you can. And the second day, we'll go deeper into doing ceremony and ritual and explorations into the strategies and also working with the elements in the seasons. So there's the part of the map is a new container of how we hold ourselves. All right. So Saturday, Sunday, Reclaim and Restore. It's $111. Such a good number, right? And you can bring a friend for free. And I love this. Somebody just signed up and went into the Warrior Goddess Women group and said, hey, I just signed up. Who wants to come for free? So if you want to offer up your free spot to a friend or to someone in the Warrior Goddess Women group, that is lovely. We'll bring as many people as possible into the Reclaim and Restore workshop that's happening next week. And as part of signing up for the workshop, you also get 2 months free in our Warrior Goddess training circle, which is our online membership circle, which is really, really powerful. So this is for new folks, 2 months free. So you get to check out the circle. We have a ongoing program and a new cohort that's starting called Journey of the 9 Moons, which takes us through a really beautiful journey of the different lessons in Warrior Goddess Training, the book, and it's magic. So check it out, warriorgoddess.com/reclaim. And I'm going to write that down here. And if any of you tried to sign up yesterday or wanted to go learn more yesterday and the website wasn't working, it's working today. It's working now. Good. Awesome time. So glad you're going to do the workshop. It is really so yummy. Oh, thanks, Doe. Journey of the 9 Moons is beautiful, and I highly recommend joining. It's such a powerful circle. I'm so honored to get to support and be part of it and to offer up these teachings that I've been sharing for 30 years now. I've been doing this particular type of work for 30 years. All right, love. So again, to review, antiresolutionchallenge.com, join anytime. And tomorrow, let's see, what's our work tomorrow? Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Boop. Tomorrow, we're focusing on how do you soothe yourself? Oh, this is such a good one. So again, there'll be video and a worksheet. How do you soothe yourself is our focus for tomorrow. And love you all. Many, many blessings. I'll be heading over to the Warrior Goddess Women group, Facebook group. You're welcome to join if you are a woman or women identified or non-gendered. We ask that if you are male or male identified, that you don't ask to join the group, that you can ask questions here. You can email us at hello@warriorgoddess.com. And a reminder, invite, would love you also to join me on the upcoming workshop next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, January 22nd and 23rd for Reclaim and Restore. You can learn more about that here at warriorgoddess.com/reclaim. Much love. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Michelle just wrote, thank you. This is really eye-opening. Yay, and helpful. Is there more information in your book to continue after the 7 days? Yeah, both Warrior Goddess Training has a lot more info. And then I would also recommend the Little Book of Big Freedom for continuing. And Michelle, you're going to get that since you've signed up for Reclaim and Restore, you'll be part of the circle, which maybe you already are. And there's a lot more there too. All right. So yeah, Warrior Goddess Training book. And you can download 2 free chapters if you want to go check that out. And the Little Book of Big Freedom. That's also the other book that I really recommend. That's my first book ever, and it's How to Hold a New Container, and that's what will be in Reclaim. That book, the Little Book of Big Freedom, is really the foundation of Reclaim. All right, babes, I'm going to go back to writing. I love you. Thanks for joining today. Bye, Instagram peeps. And bye, everyone else on YouTube, Facebook, all the places. Much love. Happy Saturday. See you tomorrow.